Hey, how's it going today, teacher friends? We are going to take a look at a application called Kami. Kami allows you to take a PDF, maybe you have an assignment, a worksheet, an activity, reading, anything that you want your kids normally to be able to work with on paper. You want them to annotate, you want them to highlight, you want them to circle things, you want them to underline things in a paragraph. We can take Kami and we can use Kami to take that PDF and we can turn it into a digital interactive assignment which we can post in Google Classroom. So let's go ahead and dive in here and take a look at Kami. First thing you want to do is you want to create your account. So you're going to hit the green create an account button up in the top right hand corner, and you are going to choose your school Google account to sign up for that. And it's going to let you know that you're signing up for a free 30-day trial. Kami does cost money, okay? There is a $99 a year fee for Kami, but we're going to dive into it here. We're going to check it out, see if it seems like it's something that it might be worth the money, and we can talk to our principals and superintendents and see if it's something we can invest in either on a campus or a district level. All right, so I've got my activity that I want to turn into a Kami assignment. I find it in my Google Drive here. I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to go to open with and open it with Kami. So I've got my PDF assignment that normally I would print and hand to my kids, and they would complete it with their pen or pencil and turn it into the inbox tray. But we are going to take this and make it into a digital assignment. So the first thing I want to do is I want to add a little bit more to the directions just to clarify what we're doing. So to do that, I'm going to grab the text box tool from over here on the toolbar on the left, give it a little click there, and I'm going to add my directions, use the text box tool in Kami to complete this assignment. So I'm adding that to my directions that I already have there. All right. Maybe I want to go ahead and complete the first one just to show them what to do. So maybe I'll grab my tool again here. Philip Nolan was a filibuster. 2 things Philip Nolan did in Texas. Filibusters. Here we go. Philip Nolan. So he was the first filibuster in Texas. Stole horses and plotted to claim land. Stole horses and plotted to claim land. That's what we're looking for there. All right, and we know he plotted to claim land. All right, so we've done an example here. It has saved our progress. Now let us go and post this in Google Classroom. Now, we have made changes to this PDF document, and it saved our changes to the original PDF file. So what I'm going to recommend you do is probably make a copy of a PDF that you want to turn into a Kami activity. Save it as whatever the name of the file is, Kami copy. Add Kami copy to the end, however you want to organize that. That way, you still have your original version. With the new text that we added here, won't be there on your original. All right, so we're going to go assign this in Google Classroom. So we're going to pop over here to Google Classroom, which is classroom.google.com. And I'm going to go to my training group here, to the classwork tab, and we are going to create a Kami assignment. Notice we're going to hit create, not just assignment, but a Kami assignment. We want it to go to this class. We're going to go down here to the Google Drive, and we're going to find that file to add here. Then tab, I'm going to select it there and let us upload the file. All right, so we've got that on there. We want to make sure we have it making a copy for each student. This checkbox here is important, especially the first time. Send Kami instructions to students. So it's going to send your students the instructions on how to install Kami so that they can use it. Let's call this our Kami practice assignment. All right, and make a copy for each student. Real important, we got to double check that. Boom, let's assign this. And now let's go see what it looks like from the student perspective. All right, that has gone through. So let's pull this over here, and now we are a student in Mr. Brown's class. We're going to go to classwork. I'm going to hit refresh. So fresh and so clean. Kami practice assignment. There we go. So we've got the assignment which we can view here. Of course, it's telling us how we can turn it in. We're going to click on it. And we've got our directions on how to install the Kami app so that we will have it. Signing in with Google. So on this instruction sheet, we're just going to click on the link there, get it to open in the next window, and add it to our Chrome. We're going to add the extension. I'm going to go back over to Google Classroom now and refresh that. Got it. Thank you. Here's our PDF up here in the top right. We're going to click on that so we can see it here. We can read the directions. We can see the directions that we added and the example. And now I'm going to go to the top right and I'm going to open with Kami, just like these directions here told me to do. Open with Kami, and it's going to make me log in. All right, so I've authorized Kami to my Google account here as a student, and now I can complete this assignment. By the way, I did have to go through that authorization process several times, working through this in different ways. It seems that it's asked me to reauthorize it 2 or 3 times, so just FYI, be aware of that. Don't panic. Hopefully it'll stop doing it eventually. All right, so let's see here. Going to read my assignments, fill in the correct information for each person below, determine if each of the following is a filibuster, impresario, or a revolutionary leader, and write that on the line under their name. Use the text box tool in Kami to complete this assignment. Oh, look, text box tool. All right, James Long. James Long, let's see. He was a filibuster. What was James Long the leader of? He was a leader of the Long Expedition. And what did his expedition do in Texas? It declared Nacogdoches independent. All right, so now I've completed that part of the assignment. I can now go through here and finish all of them. And when I'm done, all I got to do is hit the turn in button up here at the top, and it's going to turn it right on in for me in Google Classroom. So if I hit turn in, it's warning me that I'm not done, but we're going to go ahead and turn it in anyways. And of course, like I said again, it's asking me to authorize my Google Drive. Maybe it's just every different type of little interaction we're doing, we're having to authorize individually. There we go, turning in, saved changes, boom, it is in. So let's go back to Google Classroom. Kami practice assignment, and we've got one turned in. So here's our assignment turned in by Mr. John Connor Brown. And that's loaded. We're going to click on that. And now we've got his assignment here, and we can see where he's completed it. Boom. Got it, man. Good job. And I can go ahead and hit return it to him there. He's got his 100. So we created an assignment in Kami. We added some directions to it, to create that. We've posted it in Google Classroom. We've then gone and completed the assignment as a student, turned it in Google Classroom. Then we went and looked at the turned in assignment, graded it, and returned it. So we've gone through all those steps here with Kami. So in that example assignment, we use a text box. Let's take a look at some other ways that we can incorporate Kami into our activities. So I've got a Word document assignment here. Notice I can right-click on that and hit Open with Kami, so it doesn't have to be a PDF. We're using a Word document now as well. And it is going to load here. We need it to convert. All right, so it's going to convert the file. Let's see how that looks when it's done. All right, so of course I want to save a copy of this before I start playing with it in Kami, so I'm only messing with my Kami copy of it. We've got an article here on St. Patrick's Day, so I've got some questions from the article, and I'm going to go add some extra directions up here just like we did before. I'm going to use the little text box tool here from Kami to add some additional directions. All right, so we're adding to the directions that we want them to use the highlighter tool, which is called Markup, to highlight the correct answers in the article, as well as using the text box tool to type their answers underneath the questions here. So let's just take a quick look at how that works. So the first question was, where was St. Patrick born? So let's fly up here to the top and find out where St. Patrick was born. All right, so we've got our highlight tool here and text highlighter. Here we go. He was born in about 400 AD in Britain. So now that we've let go of the mouse button there, we can see where that has highlighted for us. It is highlighted. We can also highlight things in different colors as well. We have lots of options for that. So you can use this highlight tool as a part of your assignment. So instead of me just wanting them to give me the right answer, I want them to prove to me where they found the answer in the reading. So we can use the highlight tool to accomplish that type of assignment. So let's take a quick look at a math worksheet we've opened up here in Kami. Again, I just went to my Google Drive, right-clicked on it, opened it with Kami. So let's see here. We've got equation tools, which gives us additional symbols that we can use. So it works a lot like the text box tool, but it gives us these extra symbols that are math related that we can include that are maybe not quickly accessible from our keyboard. And you can also search for other symbols that you need. So 2 plus 2, we click our little box there and we put our answers. And all we have to do is click, and then we can type our answers there. We can just click and we can type our answers across the page as we go here. All right, so that's that easy. And again, if you're using more advanced level math and you need to include equations and symbols and equations that students are writing, those are right there. We can add comments. So maybe we want to add a voice comment. We can record a voice comment to put on there. That perhaps we want to verbally explain the directions, or a video. We can make a video explaining the directions, and we can also capture a screenshot to include on what we're working with here. We also have a drawing tool. So maybe I want to add some extra directions up here after you answered all these questions. Please circle all the math problems whose answer is 8. All right, so we've added our directions here after answering each problem. Circle all the problems whose answer was 8 with a red circle. So we're going to go down here to the drawing tool. I like to make it a little bit thicker so it's easy to see. And we're going to turn it red. And then we're just going to follow our directions. And we're going to go circle all the problems whose answer was 8. All right, so we're done with that. We can save it. And I haven't assigned this in Google Classroom yet, but if I did, next to that save, we'd also have our turn in button. So now we've used the drawing tool as well. Perhaps we could add our circles with the shape tool. We could enter a circle this way, selecting our color in the tool, and we can circle things with the circle shape tool instead of our drawing as well. All right, so we've got another Word document that we opened, converted to a PDF, and let's take a look at some other tools we have available to us. We've got a dictionary, so if we click on the dictionary tool up there, we can click on the word immigration, and I'm going to get some definitions for that. Okay, 19th is a numeral. There we go. So we're going to get some accommodations there with the dictionary tool. We also have a text-to-speech tool. Let's see how that goes.
Immigration.
All right, I read the one word that I had highlighted. Let me highlight a whole sentence here, and let's see if we can catch this.
The Irish were unfortunately divided during.
And it definitely did read it. I mean, you probably can't hear it. It's coming out of my little laptop speakers here next to me. But that definitely worked. Let's see here. We've got an eraser tool. If we were marking on it, we could erase with. We can insert an image either from the computer. We can upload it. We can get it from our Google Drive. Or we could do a Google search. So let's say we want to find a picture of a potato. Potatoes. So we've got some potatoes. We're going to select insert those. And we're going to drop it here, put it over the top of the other picture. Let's pretend that was my assignment. All right, so now we've inserted an image as well. And we can also add our signature. So let's say I finished grading this, and as the teacher I want to add my signature to show that I'm done with it. I can simply draw one, and it'll save it, and it'll be there for me next time also. I can upload an image of a signature if I've already got one. So let's do that real quick here. All right, we're going to upload our signature. So we're going to select that, and we're going to insert our signature as well on the file. There we go. So it was in our mouse and we could click it down there. So now they know for sure I'm done going over that. And again, I would be in Google Classroom and I could return this to the student after I'm done looking at it. All right, guys, that is most everything with Kami here. Looks like we dove into all the tools. I'm sure there's a lot or a little bit more at least that you can play with and learn more about as you get experience with it, digging in from your content specific area. I'm sure you'll find other ways to use it. Thanks for checking this out with us.